The Dallas Cowboys went to Chicago with questions they needed answering, but instead they came back with more questions. Well, now they look to answer them in Week 4, and we're going to get to that later in the show. But first, welcome into Cowboys Rewind. We're going to rewind through Week 3, the Cowboys' tough loss to the Chicago Bears. And what we saw was a defense that really struggled, allowed 30-plus points again, even though they hoped to be the strength of this team, even despite trading Micah Parsons. We also saw an offense that really never found consistent rhythm without CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys fall in Week 3, now 1-2 in the season.
Oh, God, I feel so disgusting.
I ate that this morning. I felt great.
You see his breakfast diet? No. He got like 4 eggs, half a pound of bison, a cup of white rice, and Greek yogurt, or something. Yeah, Greek yogurt, all mixed together. I was like, oh, all mixed together? You know how terrible you would feel? You might be trying to run with that in your stomach.
It's crazy how many calories those guys have to eat.
Come on, Miles. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Osa. Lead us.
Let go, G. A dog gonna be a dog now. A dog gonna be a dog.
But if we put our hand down in the ground and play free, guys, we will hurt these play after play. You got your brothers next to you. Go, brother. Love watching you play, man. Love you. Lean on the man to the left, lean on the man to the right, and dominate whoever is across from you.
Here's a run up the middle to Swift, and he is punished. Back and sets, and no pressure. Deep down the left side, blown coverage, easy pitch and catch.
They need the trick play and explosive. They have to have it. Hey, make them go the long, hard way.
That's all they got for us, though. We're going to put the gas on them now. Press the gas on them. Let's go.
I formation, Williams with a toss right to Swift. A flea flicker back to Williams, and he's going deep, and he's got a man behind everybody, and it's Burton at the 20.
Long game. Long game. Do your job. That's all they get. We're good.
Fake it to Sanders. He rolls left, throws it to the left side of the end zone.
Him! You see it! I can see that. That's all you can see at the beginning of the fight. You started going back. You already know what it is.
Back in the shotgun, fakes it to Swift, throws it to the back of the end zone, wide open.
Let's get right, man. There's one little scratch, one little dent. One little dent. We're gonna fix this, bro. One little dent. Come on, man. Till the wheels fall off, bro.
You know, defense is all about all 11 guys. And, you know, you could go through each play of the film and point out different things. And that's kind of what we talked about with our guys during the team meeting. You know, I went through it and I said, you know, at the end of the day, we did not offensively have enough explosives. Give them credit. They kept a lid on us. You know, I think we had 6. And then we gave up 6 explosives for like 215 yards. And we're not giving up, you know, the league clarifies them as 12-yard runs are explosives and 16-yard passes are explosives. We're not giving up 16, 17, 18-yard explosives. We're giving up 35 and 40 and 45. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's not good enough, man. And so had good meetings. We've talked through things. We're changing up things. I'm not going to get into what those things are to improve it and make it better from the way we meet, from the way we're game planning, all that stuff. But, you know, the players are not the only ones that have to be better. I have to be better. Flus has to be better. Clayton has to be better. Nick has to be better for us to go where we want to go. But that being said, we're 3 games into the season, and there's a lot of football left to be played.
That game is in the Cowboys' rearview mirror, and they're looking to overcome some adversity. But so is this offensive line. There's a couple of missing pieces heading into this matchup against Week 4. I go one-on-one with Tyler Smith up next.
Cowboys Rewind is brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And by SWBC Mortgage. Customized solutions to help you meet your personal and business goals. Visit swbc.com. This segment is brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
From the moment he stepped into the league, Tyler Smith was asked to do everything. Play left tackle, play left guard, and now he's being asked to anchor the offensive line that's battling a lot of injuries. But when you get paid the big bucks, I mean, you got to step up. So I went one-on-one with Tyler Smith and to figure out how he's looking to handle it this week. Big money. Tyler Smith with me in studio. I mean, 4-year, $96 million extension. I got to start off the top, man. What did that mean for you professionally and personally?
I mean, I thought it was huge. Obviously, it was a lot of hard work that went into it, and there's a lot to still be done. But, you know, to see how much, the team values me and how much they want me to be a part of the future, that was really, an honor.
Handoff, Sanders up the middle, big hole, walk the dog, touchdown.
This run game has had a lot of success because of you, right? Of course, the other 4 offensive linemen as well. What's been working for you guys up front?
Man, I think the biggest thing is just the focus on fundamentals that we have. And it's like you said, it takes all of us. It's not, necessarily just me. It's like all the guys just doing their 111. Obviously, I think our running backs are exceptional. That makes me want to block harder because I know if, we just get that one look, that one block and that cleaner look, those explosive runs will just keep going.
There was one explosive run in particular with Javonte Williams that might get overlooked because you guys didn't necessarily score on that drive, but it was you, Terrence Steele, and Cooper Beebe at the same time, lead blocking for him. Just how much pride do you take in knowing, you were a part of what made that happen?
I mean, I'll take an extreme amount of pride, and I think, that's something as an O-lineman that only, O-lineman can appreciate because, you don't get any other steps. You don't get rushing yards, you don't get receptions, but you take a lot of pride in, making those blocks because ultimately, those are blocks that you work on all week, and that comes from studying your keys, knowing your opponent.
When you look at this Cowboys offense, what do you feel like the identity of this front 5 is?
Man, I think just relentless physicality and, playing till the clock hits 0. I mean, we've had games, where we've been close already this season, and I think it's just about finishing a little harder. And I think the Giants game was just an example of how we can finish, how we can fight when it goes all 4 quarters.
Talking about the state of this offensive line, some crucial injuries with Tyler Booker missing some time now, Cooper Beebe as well. What's kind of the mentality around this offensive line?
I truly think it's next man up. I mean, something that we pride ourselves on is when a guy goes down, you got to step up and there can't be any drop off. And I think, we have the right guys in the room, to uphold that standard.
It's TJ Bass time. It's Hakeem Adeniji time. It's a lot of other guys that will get some opportunities. But, you've kind of been that steady guy up front. Just talk about what's the biggest challenge and biggest reward for you in being and holding that line together.
I mean, I think it's just being consistent in everything that I do. Obviously, I think in football, things change week to week, and you're always going to be going through different challenges week to week, whether it be your body, whether it be, the opponent you're facing, whether it be guys being up and down. Because, I mean, as an offensive lineman, in general, it can be hard sometimes when, things aren't going your way or you make a mistake because you pride yourself on being perfect all the time. So I think the biggest thing is just truly, controlling those controllables, every week coming in with the same mindset, just being neutral and understanding ultimately, okay, I got to move this guy from point A to point B. Okay, I got to prevent this guy, from getting to where he wants to go.
There's a guy that you guys have to prevent from going where he needs to go, and that's Michael Parsons, all right? The first time that you're facing him in a game day setting. You've got some experience, though, practicing with him day to day. What's kind of the biggest challenge that Michael Parsons presents?
I mean, obviously, everybody knows he's one of the most dynamic rushers in the NFL. And ultimately, I think, the coaches and us, we got a game plan. And ultimately, it's going to be about executing that plan. And obviously, I think it can't be overshadowed that they have a talented D-line. Besides Micah, they still have other talented guys. So I think the biggest thing is just truly studying our opponent, knowing how they're going to attack, knowing what they want to get to, and then just executing.
All right, well, stick with us here on Cowboys Rewind. Vosh Lombardi and Patrick "No-C" Walker join the show for Cap or No Cap.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
and no cap again this week here on Cowboys Rewind. Nicole Hutchison, Vosh Lombardi, Patrick No-C Walker, and we got to call cap or no cap about this defense, right? I mean, because this is a unit that's obviously made headlines for struggling week in, week out. The last 3 weeks, they've given up 92 points, right? The secondary, well, they've allowed 13 pass plays of at least 25 yards or more, and the most completions and passing touchdowns of at least 25 yards or more in 3 games in the past 45 years, right? Not numbers. I'm sorry.
Stop.
Sorry.
What are we
Not
doing
numbers.
here?
There's
more on that paper?
There's more.
Goodness.
There's more on that. We got more on that with Executive VP Stephen Jones on The Fan. Is it personnel issues or is it scheme issues? Let's take a listen.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sloppy, if it's lack of execution, but we're certainly, I don't think this is something where you look at it and say, hey, well, it's personnel issues. I just, right now, we're not executing. We're not getting the job done, and we're giving up way too many explosive plays. We are getting them in third downs at times, but then we're not executing on third down. And this is just something that, we've just got to be better all the way around on defense in terms of executing. I mean, you always want your best guys out there, but that's no excuse. We've got to go out. We've got to execute. Everybody, all 11 have to, execute their assignments, and good things will happen.
Let's cut straight to it. No chasers. Are y'all calling cap or no cap? Pat, I'll start with you.
No snapback, no fitted, no cap.
Okay.
I completely agree with Stephen Jones. I do not think this is a personnel issue. I think it is an issue with execution. It's an issue with miscommunication continually and consistently, but also it's an issue with utilization. When you're asking guys to do things in this particular scheme that they don't excel at. Donovan Wilson, he's much better playing forward. They're asking him to play back and with a lot more depth than he's used to, and those are the things that Dan Quinn kind of flipped and helped make him one of the best box safeties in the league, but he's not the only one. So when you talk about utilization, you have to ask yourself, is this a scheme that's better fit for a guy like Wanye Thomas and Marquise Bell? Should they get more burn? Maris Leofau, why has he not been unleashed just yet, particularly against these mobile quarterbacks who are breaking contain in the pocket? And then it kind of goes from there. I saw some promise in the willingness to put Mozzie Smith on the inactive list when Kenny Clark came in. You wanted to see some from Jay Toia, but now we're not seeing that same energy being held to the linebacker core and to the safety unit and the secondary as a whole. So for me, it's not a scheme issue, it's utilization. You have the personnel, how are you choosing to use them though?
I like it.
I love that. And that's like a cap and a possible almost, right? Because you have players that can win. You have players that are talented. You got DBs that broken pick 6 records, DBs catching 11 picks in one season, right? You got D linemen that have historically gotten pressure, but why isn't it all coming together? Pat made a fantastic point. It is utilization. Perfect example, Solomon Thomas. Now, when we're in camp and we're at Oxnard, I was like, hey, man, Solomon Thomas is about 298 pounds. He's right on 300. How is he your starting one tech? Well, Kenny Clark comes to town. He's your starting one tech now. And Solomon Thomas gets to go play B-gap, which is home. And now he gets to whoop guards, sometimes tight ends over there in C-gap. And now he's one of your better run defenders. So, yeah, you got the guys. But utilization, Pat. So that's cap and a half, almost a cap to possible. Cap and a possible. I'll give you that one.
Cap and a possible. I don't think we do that here. But you know what? I'll let y'all slide on
Let
that
it slide.
one.
Yeah, the space players know what it is. Cap and a possible.
Absolutely.
Problem is the Cowboys, they keep going book right now. They just going board. Don't go board.
It's fine.
Like, you need 10, run yard.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, we're going to speak with this pass rush, though, because, Shadi also talking about the fact that Jadeveon Clowney is trending in the right direction, right? Yep. Potentially will be playing against the Packers on Sunday. But just talk about him. Is he the answer for this pass rush?
I would hope so, and I'm just going to be, hey, Voch is from Missouri. Show me first. I don't want to just come out and say, oh, Clowney's just going to come out here and save the day, because you have gone against some, I'll say, less than great offensive tackles, and you would want more pressure from the edge that you've had playing right now. So I just don't want to just assume that Jadeveon is old. He's older Jadeveon now. He ain't South Carolina Jadeveon.
Okay.
So I don't want to just assume he's going to come in and just save the day. But what I can say, Kenny Clark got a sack. Also, Digazoo got a lot of pressure. So versus the Green Bay Packers this week, they kind of got some guard issues. I want to use big men to whoop up on their guard.
You know, Voch is from Missouri, from the Show Me State. I'm from Georgia, and everything's not peachy right now when it comes to the Cowboys, okay? So I need to see Jadeveon Clowney on the field, and I need to see him getting as many reps as is humanly possible, because they need to set up a situation where you finally establish a pass rush that can do more than just get pressure in certain situations. They need to get home. Do we know if Jadeveon Clowney is the same Jadeveon Clowney from 2 seasons ago when he had 9.5 sacks? We don't know that. We do know that last season he produced 5.5 sacks while being asked to cover. Cowboys are not going to ask him to cover. They're going to send him at the quarterback. So I hate to put this much expectation on him, but Jadeveon Clowney's going to have to come in and play hero ball.
And maybe, just maybe, Donovan Wilson would get a sack if he wasn't playing one high.
Utilization, huh?
Wow, is that a bold take?
Nope.
That's
facts.
Utilization.
facts.
That is no cap is what that is.
All right, well, we still got more to come in the next segment. You know, you mentioned everything's not peachy, right? Well, it's not peachy for this offense either. They got to figure some things out, and hopefully they figure it out against the Packers on Sunday. We're breaking it all down here on Cowboys Rewind. Welcome back into Cowboys Rewind. Nicole Hutchison alongside Voch Lombardi, Patrick Nosey Walker, and like we just mentioned about this defense, this Cowboys offense is looking to figure some things out, but it's not going to be easy. This Packers team comes with a familiar face. I don't know who. Again?
Michael?
Michael. Maybe?
Parsons.
Michael
Parsons.
Michael Parsons, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. But you talk about, you know, the impact that he does make. What can Shoddy do to neutralize his impact?
Well, when Michael was a Cowboy, some things that teams would do is just run right at him. And the Cowboys have found this groove running the ball. I don't see why we can't do some of the same things. Also, if there's one thing that Micah can't stand, and, you know, we're all media members. Micah has looked us in the face and told us, I hate being chipped. I hate when they doubling me, chipping me, you know, chop blocking me and all those things. I'm taking Hunter Licky, I'm taking Brevin Spann-Ford, and I'm talking to Tyler Guyton. Hey, let's chip him, let's annoy him, and let's do everything to keep him away from Dak Prescott. I do feel like if Dak can be safe, you can throw the ball against the Green Bay Packers, but they generate so much pressure, it might be difficult. Just go chip him. He'll be all right.
Yeah, chip him like a can of Pringles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about a Cowboys offense that's also missing 2 starters on its offensive line, and Cooper Beebe and Tyler Booker having gone down last week against the Chicago Bears. So you're going to have to figure out how to slow down the edge rushers, including Micah Parsons. You do that by, like Voch said, you run the ball, you run it right at them. Can you out-physical them? We don't know. Find out. But you do have a very physical running back in Javonte Williams who can get the job done. Also, we saw very much so put on film last week against the Cleveland Browns. There was a particular running back who made his way to Micah Parsons and ran through his face, put Michael right on his backside. That's how you handle Michael Parsons. You do things like run 12 personnel, throw big bodies at him, and just run the ball right down his throat.
Well, you know what's great about that is when you talk about running the football, right? Javonte Williams, of course, having a stellar year as a Cowboy. You can't go away from the run, though, like they did when they had an opportunity to score in the red zone and you call 5 to 6 passing plays. Don't like it. But Schottenheimer also still confident that this team can still win without a CeeDee Lamb, without a Tyler Booker, and other guys that he quoted that could be missing. Where's the confidence level in this team?
I tell you where, really quickly, and I'll throw it to Voch.
Yeah.
It has to be in the fact that Brock Hoffman and TJ Bass want to get their hands on guys. That being said, the concern is obviously going to be pass protection when you have 2 backups on your interior. But look at the makeup of those 2 guys. Make them play forward. Make them put hands on guys and create run lanes. They want to get Brolic in this game. Let them get Brolic in this game, Voch.
And also, too, one thing that I noticed from the Dallas Cowboys, shot him looking right at you, sir. One thing I noticed from the Cowboys, week 1 and week 2, I saw screens. Week 3, not so much. If you want to slow down Michael Parsons, make him think it's a run, make him think it's a pass, and then throw it right behind him and go get him. There's ways you can mix up Micah. There's because he has 1 sack, a lot of pressure, a ton of pressure. But if we know anything about Dak Prescott, who's played with a ton of mismatched offensive lines his whole life, he can deal with pressure. Just don't get him hit though. We'll be all right.
We'll talk about those pressures though. Tyler Guyton, Terrence Steele, those tackles have been struggling. How much do those guys need to step up?
They got to step up in a big way, and that's an understatement because, again, when you're talking about going against the Green Bay Packers defensive line, we're talking about Micah a lot, but then look at the interior with Rashawn Gary, right? So those are going to create one-on-one matchups where Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele, they're going to find themselves on an island quite a bit against the Green Bay Packers unless Brian Schottenheimer and Clayton Adams keep to their word. Schottenheimer said in the press conference they were going to throw some bodies at him, okay? Keep doing that. Chips, blocks, just don't leave Guyton and Steele on an island against a guy like Micah Parsons.
Sean Gary, Micah Parsons combining for 31 pressures and 6 sacks. I don't know. That sounds like some numbers to me. But we're here to wrap things up on Cowboys Rewind. Up next, stick with us.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery are here. Play today. And to watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Cowboys Rewind was brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And by SWBC Mortgage. Customized solutions to help you meet your personal and business goals. Visit SWBC.com.
It's the return of Micah Parsons. Grab your popcorn, everybody. It's going to be a showdown in AT&T Stadium. Cowboys, Green Bay Packers. Like I said, it's a Sunday night football matchup. Make sure to tune into DallasCowboys.com for your best live pregame show. We'll see y'all in AT&T Stadium.